Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A broad range of related objects or values or qualities or ideas or activities. An ordered array of the components of an emission or wave. Assign a rank or rating to. Range or extend over. Occupy a certain area. The limit of capability. The limits within which something can be effective. Range of motion. An area in which something acts or operates or has power or control. The range of a supersonic jet. A series of hills or mountains. The valley was between two ranges of hills. Feed as in a meadow or pasture. Move about aimlessly or without any destination, often in search of food or employment. Change or be different within limits. Estimates for the losses in the earthquake range as high as $2 billion. Mathematics. The set of values of the dependent variable for which a function is defined. A kitchen appliance used for cooking food. Lay out orderly or logically in a line or as if in a line. A large tract of grassy open land on which livestock can graze. They used to drive the cattle across the open range every spring. A place for shooting, firing or driving projectiles of various kinds. The Army maintains a missile range in the desert. A variety of different things or activities. He answered a range of questions. Have a range. Be capable of projecting over a certain distance, as of a gun. This gun ranges over 2 miles. Let eat. Range the animals in the prairie. An area in which something acts or operates or has power or control. The ambit of municipal legislation. The limit of capability. Within the compass of education. An area in which something acts or operates or has power or control. Within the compass of this article. Get the meaning of something. Travel around, either by plane or ship. We compassed the earth. Bring about. Accomplish. This writer attempts more than his talents can compass. Drafting instrument used for drawing circles. Navigational instrument for finding directions. The, usually elliptical, path described by one celestial body in its revolution about another. He plotted the orbit of the moon. An area in which something acts or operates or has power or control. In the political orbit of a world power. A particular environment or walk of life. He's out of my orbit. Move in an orbit. The moon orbits around the Earth. The bony cavity in the skull containing the eyeball. The path of an electron around the nucleus of an atom. Move forward or upward in order to touch, also in a metaphorical sense. Government reaches out to the people. The act of physically reaching or thrusting out. Be in or establish communication with. Our advertisements reach millions. The limit of capability. The limits within which something can be effective. He was beyond the reach of their fire. An area in which something acts or operates or has power or control. Outside the reach of the law. Reach a goal. Reach a point in time, or a certain state or level. This car can reach a speed of 140 miles per hour. Place into the hands or custody of. To extend as far as. The sunlight reached the wall. To exert much effort or energy. To gain with effort. Reach a destination, either real or abstract. The water reached the doorstep. Electronic equipment that provides visual images of varying electrical quantities. A magnifier of images of distant objects. An area in which something acts or operates or has power or control. Within the scope of an investigation. The state of the environment in which a situation exists. Align oneself with a group or a way of thinking. Especially fine or decorative clothing. Lay out orderly or logically in a line or as if in a line. An arrangement of areals spaced to give desired directional characteristics. An impressive display. It was a bewildering array of books. An orderly arrangement. An array of troops in battle order. The spectrum of infrared radiation. A spectrum in which energy is concentrated at particular wavelengths, produced by excited atoms and ions as they fall back to a lower energy level. A distribution of ions as shown by a mass spectrograph or a mass spectrometer. The part of the electromagnetic spectrum corresponding to microwaves. The entire spectrum of electromagnetic frequencies used for communications includes frequencies used for radio and radar and television. The entire spectrum of electromagnetic frequencies used for communications includes frequencies used for radio and radar and television. The distribution of energy as a function of frequency for a particular sound source. The distribution of colors produced when light is dispersed by a prism. The distribution of energy as a function of frequency for a particular sound source. The efficiency with which electromagnetic radiation produces a photochemical reaction plotted as a function of the wavelength of the radiation. Physics. A spectrum of radiation caused by electron transitions within an atom. The series of spectrum lines is characteristic of the element. The distribution of colors produced when light is dispersed by a prism. The entire frequency range of electromagnetic waves. Spectrum of electromagnetic radiation emitted by a self-luminous source. The spectrum of electromagnetic radiation that has passed through a medium that absorbed radiation of certain wavelengths. The spectrum of ultraviolet radiation. An isolated component of a spectrum formed by radiation at a uniform frequency.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.